Welcome back to the lesson. In our previous video, we've successfully created and populate our managed subject combination view. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to deactivate or reactivate our subject combination. So let's go ahead and get started. Now we're going to be using this icon under our actions column to deactivate or reactivate our subject combination. So let's go ahead and start the process. Now let's head back to our source code. Well, as you can see, this is our icon right here, our check icon. So our first job here is to go ahead and create our deactivation route. So let's go ahead and say deactivate subject combination. Okay, let's go ahead and call our route this way, deactivate subject combination. And here we are already passing our subject combination ID. So let's go ahead and create our route inside of our web.php file. Okay, now let's come over here and let's copy one of the route here. Copy. Let's go ahead and paste it down below here. And let's go ahead and copy our route name, deactivate subject combination. Okay, let's update our route here. Paste it. Let's go ahead and update our URL as well. Paste this right here, deactivate subject combination. And remember, we are passing our subject combination ID. So we need to go ahead and add our route parameter. Okay, let's go ahead and say ID, something like this. And our method name should be deactivate subject combination. So now let's go ahead and create our method. Let's copy this and now let's go to our subject controller, and under our manage subject combination method, let's go ahead and say public function deactivate subject combination, and then we're going to go ahead and pass our ID like so, and then let's go ahead and say end method. Okay, now our first step is to go ahead and get the specific column that we wanted to update inside of our classes subject table, which is our status. So let's go ahead and get that. So still we're going to be using the database query builder because this our table does not have a model. So let's go ahead and say status is equivalent to db table. And the table we are targeting is this table, our classes subject table. So let's go ahead and copy this, paste this right here, and we're going to say select status, meaning select status column inside of our classes subject table. Okay, we select our status, and then we're going to say where ID is equivalent to the subject combination ID that we are getting from our route. Copy this, paste this, and then we're going to go ahead and get the first. Now we have our status column in hand, so let's go ahead and start activating and deactivating our subject combination. So let's go ahead and use one of the if statements. So let's go ahead and say if status is equals to 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with our code. Then we're going to go ahead and say db table classes subject table where ID is equivalent to our subject combination ID that we are getting right here. And let's go ahead and call the update method. Let's say update. Okay, we wanted to update our status columns. Let's say status will be equals to 0. Okay, here we are getting our status column and updating it to 0 if it is equals to 1. And after that, we're going to go ahead and have a toaster message. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this. Copy. And then come down below here and paste this right here, and then this should be our toaster message for deactivation. So let's go ahead and say subject deactivated successfully. Okay, subject deactivated successfully. So that's basically the message we are going to be getting if our subject is successfully deactivated. So basically here we are saying if our status is equals to 1, which means it's active, then we should go ahead and deactivate it by updating our status value to 0, which means it's deactivated. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do the otherwise. So let's go ahead and say else if, let's specify another condition. If our status column, let's go ahead and copy this. This time around, we're going to go ahead and say if our status column is equals to 0, then we should go ahead and let's go ahead and copy this line of code, copy, paste this right here, and then we should go ahead and change our status to 1, meaning we activate it. And we should go ahead and have a toaster message that says subject activated successfully. Alright, with this being implemented, let me actually go ahead and make some minor adjustment to our manage subject combination. Alright, here instead of just printing out our check icon, let me go ahead and specify some of the condition. Let's say if results status is equals to 1. Okay, if our status is equals to 1, we should go ahead and have this icon right here. Otherwise, let's go ahead and say else at else. Okay, let's go ahead and print out a different icon. So let's go ahead and copy this. Let's come down below here, paste this, and this time around I'm going to be printing out another icon. So let's go ahead and find the times icon, times. Okay, this very icon right here. So let's go ahead and copy the class name, copy. Let's get back to our application. Let's update this to times. All right, now let's go ahead and end our if statement down here. Let's say at end if, like so. Let's go ahead and indent this small, indent like so. All right, now let's go ahead and save our application, save all. Now let's go ahead and take a look. Let's come back here to our application, refresh. We're having an error. Deactivate subject combination not defined. Oh, yeah. We forgot to run our PHP artisan optimize command. Remember, each time we make changes to our web.php file, as you can see, we've created a brand new route, deactivate subject combination. So we need to, of course, go ahead and run our optimize command. Otherwise, we're going to be running into such kind of error. So now let's go ahead and refresh our application. Now our error should be gone. Yes. Okay, now let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's try to deactivate English. So let's say deactivate. Yes, subject deactivated successfully. And as you can see now, our status has changed to inactive. And here our icon also changes. So let's go ahead and activate it. Yes, as you can see, it changes. It's completely dynamic, very interactive. Okay, let's go ahead and deactivate this. Yes, let's deactivate this one as well. Yes, as you can see now, everything is working fine. If you go ahead and take a look inside of our database table, let's go ahead and refresh our database. Yes, as you can see, our status now is changed to 0, 0, and here is 1, as we have deactivated mathematics and also chemistry. Yes, so friend, that's basically how to activate and deactivate our subject combination right here. If you come over here to your subject controller, you're going to see here we find our status column, and then after finding our status column, we set the condition that if the status column is equals to 1, then we should go ahead and change it to 0 when we click on our button right here. So it's going to change it to 0, and if it is 0, it's going to change it to 1. And we have both messages that says subject activated successfully and subject deactivated successfully. So friend, that's basically it. That's all we have to do to activate and deactivate our subject combination. And that's all about this video. I hope everything is clear to you, and I'll see you in the next one.